Hello and welcome, guys, and thank you for joining me for another video where we're going to be discussing another quote and we're going to go over it in detail, try to break it down, and see if we can come up with like a message that can be useful for us in our daily life or in life in general. So today's quote is actually. It's a Buddhist quote. It's a quote that talks, of course, about spirituality, and this quote is, probably hundreds of years old, and it has a lot of hidden meanings in it, and it's very spiritual. So let's get to it. So today's quote is. Don't compare your life to others. There is no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine when it's their time. I'm going to say it one more time. Don't compare your life to others. There is no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine when it's their time. So, just right off the bat, from the beginning, it's obviously the main theme of this quote is comparison. So, especially, comparing ourselves to somebody else. You know, Obviously, this quote is, although it's 100 or more years old, hundreds of years old, but I thought that this quote falls in a really good spot once we look at the world that we live in today, and with the social media and everybody posting their lives online, and everybody looking at each other online and seeing what other people are doing, and the effects that this type of comparison, the effect that it can have in on people's lives, or on you as an individual looking online and trying to compare yourself to what you're seeing on different people's feeds or posts. This quote comes as a reminder that we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to anybody else. The main part that this quote tries to emphasize is the main message that it tries to send is that every individual is unique in their own way, and once you look at your life as something that you need to compare with somebody else, of course you're gonna fall victim to the mentality of is what I'm doing right or wrong? Is my life going the way I want it to go? And you lose confidence in yourself, and you start to question your choices in life, and the way that you should be living your life, and that can lead to many psychological problems. It can lead to, sometimes in extreme cases, to depression or feeling of unworthiness. So the quote is trying to send the message that every individual is unique in their own way, and comparison can only lead us to not seeing what's unique in ourselves. But since this is the quote that we're discussing, I'm going to try to break it down in, like usual, try to break every section of the code down to see if the conclusion that we're going to be arriving to is similar to what we're talking about. So, to start with that, so the first part of it. So don't compare your life to others. That's the beginning of the code. Don't compare your life to others. So this is a direct instruction to avoid comparing your own journey with that of others. Like this is like it's telling you, do not like it's telling you clearly, do not compare your life to others. So that's not really, a question. It's actually more of like a statement. Like it's emphasizing the point that you should not compare your life to others. But then it goes to explain there is no comparison between the sun and the moon. So, what the second part of this quote is trying to say is that although that we can fall victim of comparison, but it's also showing a picture of two beautiful creations, which is the sun and the moon. They're both beautiful. They're both have their own roles and purposes in this existence, but they're so different from each other. They even, in certain cases, in regards to the way they look very similar to each other. But one is completely different than the other in the way that its existence is explained. So the moon and the sun in this quote is trying to say that it's describing two beautiful things with two completely different purposes and two definitely important purposes, but they act completely different than each other. So we can't compare the sun to the moon, although they have a lot of similarities, but because of like the vast difference in purpose between the sun and the moon, we should not try to compare the sun to the moon, because each of them is beautiful and very important for life on Earth, obviously, and for the universe in general. And they both act completely different than each other, but still each is so beautiful and so important in its own way. So that's the second part of the quote, is what is trying when it brings in the sun of the moon, is talking about two entities that are really important and beautiful on their own, and although they're completely different in regards to what they do or what they offer or their main purpose is. So, of course, the last part of the quote also continues emphasizing this idea of the sun and the moon. So it says they shine when it's their time to shine. In this quote here, in this part of the quote, it's trying to say that although the sun and the moon are completely different entities and have completely different purposes, but each of them knows when it is its time to shine. And this is the main part that the message is trying to relate to us, is that uh, you know being in the spotlight, or being somebody who's trying to make something of themselves, uh, is not something that just comes to us by trying to imitate somebody else. I mean, I'm not against imitating successful people. Like, obviously, we all look at successful people and try to learn from them. We buy their books if they have books that they have written. We try to watch their videos and advices, and understand the way they think, because that's something very good to do, is to try to listen to somebody who already has made it and try to learn their life experience. But we fall victim to comparing, and this is what the message of the quote is trying to relate to us, is that once you fall victim to trying to compare yourself to somebody else, and you start looking at your own god-given talents or gifts as something that is not enough, this is when you can fall victim to the mentality of lack. And the mentality of lack is a mentality that is very toxic. What that does to you is that it puts you in a position where you can fall victim to the idea that being in a state of lack is something that you have created in your life. Because you're trying to compare yourself to others. So, in conclusion, you know, uh, to just summarize what we discussed, the important thing that this quote is trying to emphasize is the idea of individual, um, uh, our individual, creativity and shine. You know, it's very important to realize that each of us has their own creative approach to life, and each of us has their own talents and their own unique qualities. And the more we compare ourselves to other, we ignore and we start ignoring seeing these unique qualities that we have. And the mentality of lack can put us in a place where nothing that we do satisfies us anymore. And it would make us feel that anything that we do is not good enough. The message that I want to add here, that obviously the code doesn't talk about because it was created way longer before social media and the new day trends has been in existence. Um, the idea of online browsing and especially social media browsing, and how we tend to fall victim to looking at what other people are doing or what other people are engaged to, or what they're showing us that they're doing or engaged to, and feel that our life is lacking what they have. And it's important not to fall victim to that type of mentality. I mean, I'm not against, of course, using social media and browsing social media. I have accounts on social media too. Actually, this video is gonna be posted on one of social media platforms. But it's important too to keep in mind that comparing ourselves to others and what they're doing, especially the things that they're posting online, is most of the time gonna put us in a negative mental state, and it can affect us in a negative way. It's better to try to gain information from the things that we're seeing. Meaning that if we see, for example, we're following somebody and we see that they're, traveling to a certain part of the world and enjoying food in a certain restaurant, that we would like to go there one day and explore. The right approach to to that type of thing is not to compare our life to their life, meaning that not to compare our life now to their life now as they're portraying it on their social media account. Whereas, try to look at it as something informative, something that is giving us information about this place that we would like to visit. And if we really want to be in that place, just work towards getting to a place where you're going to be experiencing that, instead of trying to compare and feel bad or have a negative mindset about oh, why my life is such and such, and why can't I be like them. I think that's the main message that I want to relate in this video, especially trying to bring it closer towards the world that we live in today, and especially social media and social media comparison. And this is why I actually chose this quote to talk about, because social media comparison, if I can call it that, it's something that is becoming very common in our society, and a lot of people are finding themselves feeling. I don't like to use the word depressed, but having feelings of depression because of the comparison aspect that social media puts us in. And the whole message is to try and just look at this from a different perspective, and just try to understand that um, if we change the way we think toward the things that we're seeing on social media, and try to take it as something that we're learning from, or we're taking information from, is definitely going to put us in a better position to achieve what we really want to seek and to shine on our own without falling victim to the comparison mentality. Okay, so that's the message that I wanted to relate today in this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, as usual, if you like to discuss it further, please leave me your comments in the comment section, and we can have an open discussion about that. Or if you want to add anything to what I just explained in this video as well, we can have that added to the comment section, and we can also have a discussion about that. Other than that, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.